Holy crap, what the hell has been happening? This market is absolutely insane. Don't worry though, it'll be insane probably for much longer than you actually expect. Can anyone say alt season? Well, stay tuned. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I'm thinking is coming up right here, right now. Don't go anywhere. What's been going on with Bitcoin? As you know, yesterday I was posted on Twitter saying, I think today we're gonna hit all-time high. Do you know how close we came to all-time high yesterday? Let me just point that out, that we hit our high yesterday of 68,500. Our actual high for the entire cycle last time was $68,986 or 69,000 depending on which exchange. Yesterday alone, there was $562.7 million being bought, right? We can see that right here. Who is buying it? BlackRock, Fidelity, very big players in that, and Bitwise. And then we saw that GBTC was down 368 million, and they're just like offloading and offloading, because if you look at the top here, the fee is extremely high compared to everywhere else. So you can see that the fee is 1.5%, whereas many of them are at zero for at least a while. Many people are going to buy it with the ones that have the lowest fees, so they're just selling off on GBTC and putting it over into, you know, Itbit and Fidelity and all those ones. So knowing that like, let's say just the last 2 weeks, right, we've had about an average of eight times the demand at the current price before it was cheaper, right? As you can see, there is such a high demand of BTC being bought that unless people start selling Bitcoin again, the price is going to continue rising, with OTC markets getting shattered and having no Bitcoin at all, and they have to buy it off of Coinbase or somewhere else. That is likely why the price has gone to all-time high, or almost to all-time high, and likely why today we're about to rip through it, and that might even happen by the time that you guys see this video. Now, Tuesdays have always been a time where the market pulls back a bit, so it might take till Wednesday or Thursday, but this week, I'm almost positive that we are going to crack all-time high and go towards $70,000 Bitcoin, and likely we're not that far away from $100,000 Bitcoin if this keeps up. The other thing to realize is that we just have this hanging man candle today, and these at the top are not actually always so bearish. They can turn into a retracement. Now, we are very far away right now currently from our Kijinsen, which is all the way down here, $14,000 lower at 53,000, 54,000. That doesn't mean much, because we've seen here in the past, in February, it hooked up towards the price when it went sideways. So that could happen again. We could go sideways before we rip through. But my personal opinion is that with all the buying from ETFs, and with only having such a small amount of Bitcoin being mined every day, at 900 Bitcoin at this current price is about $60 million. So as long as there's more buying than $60 million a day, we've already seen many days of 500 million plus. That means there's way too much demand for the small amount of supply. So we all know the halving is coming on April 18th. So what that basically means is simple as this: the price of Bitcoin very likely will go higher, because then we'll only have 450 a day, right? And with 450 a day, that means that if there's 10 times the demand for supply right now, that's gonna double. And so when we all know, if everyone wants to buy an iPhone and there's only 10 iPhones and there's 1,000 people, that means there's a lot of demand for iPhones, and the price goes up. Same with Bitcoin, same with any asset class in the world. So that's where Bitcoin is right now. I think it's gonna go towards all-time high. And here's one thing that a lot of people say that don't know how to trade. And they say things like, oh, well, you know, it's gonna be resistance at, you know, 68, 69,000, right? The only real resistance already broke, which was around, like in my opinion, was around 67,670. And we pretty much broke that and we came back down. And I can show you that right here. So we pretty much broke that. We closed above that last high, right? If we go to the weekly chart, we can see that the weekly candle right now, if it closes tomorrow, is the highest weekly close ever. Now, I was looking at Truflation's data, and they actually said that the real inflated data based off of since last all-time high till now, there's been an inflation about 6, 7, 8%. So really, we have to crack $75,000 per BTC to really actually at that same level without inflation, or not adjusted to inflation, it's there. But I personally don't think it matters. Everyone knows that when we break this, it's big and it's really important. Moving on to Ethereum. I've talked about Ethereum a lot, and here's the reality. Ethereum broke 3,100 that I talked about. It broke 3,500 I talked about. Now it's going towards 3,920. And I think it's gonna break that. What the ETF has done for Bitcoin has gone hyper parabolic, right? It's made the price go straight up, S curve, right? Now, Ethereum has a reducing supply. I've showed you this before. Let me show you just quickly again that the supply is actually accelerating its burn. And what I mean by that is the last 7 days is 27,602 Ethereum has been burned. The supply is actually dropping off at an astronomical rate. If we go to 30 days, 57,400 Ethereum have been burned with a deflationary rate of 0.581%. That means instead of Bitcoin printing and having not enough to buy, this will actually be deflationary. So when there's an ETF, it's like the things are going to go moon. When it was proof of work for the other side, there'd be 273,000 more Ethereum. So there'd be more inflation every single year. This is extremely important to keep your eye on, because what happens after Bitcoin has finished its move is Ethereum will start its bigger move. I seriously think that we are going to see Ethereum at the levels that I drew my last time I did a video, between $11,000 and $15,000. It could even go higher if there's a lot of FOMO for it. Ethereum is where you should be watching. I told my brother this last night on a call, telling you guys the same thing. You guys are the friends and family that I don't have, but I have at the same time. So this is what you should be looking at. Now, just to give you some perspective on how those levels were created, I did the same thing for AGIX last time we did a video. And what you may or may not notice is that AGIX basically already touched the 1618, the first level, right? And look, I'm going to show you Osaka later, and you're going to be like, what the hell, coach? You just showed us this, and you drew all these levels, and they already almost all hit. AGIX already did this within a week. What's going to happen next is it's going to go towards the 2618, the 3618, and the 4618, and the 5618, and the 6618, etc. But what we're really looking at is AGIX could go to $3.82. And that would not even be that high for it, because it can 10x from this current price very easily, because it's just over $1 billion market cap, and it's the oldest, most well-known AI coin in crypto. Keep that in mind. BNB. So I talked about BNB. I said maybe we'll come and retest the breakout level. Never did that. Went on a moon mission because of Portal. Now Portal has been super successful, and now everyone's going, well, if it's bull market, we're going to hold our BNB because we want to get into all the other ones. And there was $9 billion of people that staked assets to get into Portal. The one guy who had $100-something thousand of Portal farmed, he put in, I think, $500 million. Like, it's crazy to actually think about this stuff. So where are we going next? We're at $421. You know, we've already retested the level when we broke out of it at 396. So the actual next levels are a little bit higher at 455 and 506. So those are the next stop points for BNB. It could go much higher. And in this cycle, I was just doing a little bit of, similar to what I just showed you on the other one. The higher end of the cycle could be $1,700 for BNB. It basically could do what Ethereum did. So that's insane to think about. And it's a very high gut shot, right? But if we look at the top from last cycle, that would only be like a 3x from the top of last cycle. So that's not too crazy to think about it going up to like $1,800, which right now seems a little bit crazy, but BNB is cheap. BNB has a Binance, it has a huge ecosystem, has fund, it has a charity, it has so much stuff around it. You have to suspend your disbelief and just be patient. Right now in the cycle is a very important part. And I'll tell you what the most important part about the cycle right now is. It's that you keep all of your capital, not in USDT, unless you're gonna buy something like a private sale. You should be keeping, in my opinion, what I'm doing at least, is putting all of my assets into crypto, into blockchains, layer 1s, layer 2s. I'm putting my assets into that, and when I need cash, I sell them, because the reality is for the next year, those assets like Solana, like Atom, like Link, like KDA, Filecoin, etc., are gonna go up in value. So it's better to have it in something like that than be in an inflationary supply of fiat currencies, which they're just gonna keep printing more, and you're gonna lose value by holding dollars. What I'm telling people to do is keep a little bit of extra cash in USDT for what you need for living, a little bit extra on top of that. I would personally, and what I am personally doing, I'm leaving most of my assets, about 99% of my assets are actually in crypto, and they're in projects. They're not in actual USDT. Now, at the top of the market, that might change. When I start taking profit in projects, that will change. But for right now, if you're taking profit like I am, I'm putting it into Solana if I'm on Solana, I'm putting it on Mantle if I'm on Mantle, I'm putting it into Atom if I'm on Atom, etc. Keep moving on. Osaka. So, you guys just saw me draw those exact same levels on other platforms, right? And about 2 weeks ago, I talked about Osaka. Now, since then, it's basically gone to the top level. We hit the 1618, we hit the 2618, we hit 3618. So now the next levels are like, where is it going next? Osaka, like I told you, was my meme of the cycle way down at 1700. Now it's 21,000, okay? And not only that, this is a Shiba Inu founder coin. And he told me himself that this is his grand finale. So if this is the grand finale, and we saw even Sheeb recently, because yesterday, do 50%, billions of dollars of market cap, what do you think the next coin that they are gonna do is gonna do? Keep that in mind. Osaka, meme of the cycle, I'm super bullish on it because I know who's behind it, what they believe in. I personally think we're gonna see this coin way, here's the top level I had on that, way up here. So, and this may not even be the top, this may be the next top, and that's about 70x higher than where it is right now. I know it sounds crazy, but if they do what SHIB did, this is not crazy at all. This could be exactly where it could go, and from my entry would not be that crazy. It's only 1000x. 1000x on a Shiba Inu coin would have been nothing because I could have got 1,000,000x last cycle. So keep that in mind. Adam, so some plays that I'm looking at right now that you should be paying attention to because they haven't really gone on a run yet. And so there's opportunity here more than in other coins. One of them being Atom. Atom has barely moved since basically October. It's only gone up 2x, right? And if you look at all the other majors, many of them are up 3, 4x. What I see for Atom is the Cosmos ecosystem is about to blow up and there's so much going on with it, but people don't really pay attention so much to it yet for some reason. I think they're going to start to. And like to get to all-time highs only 200%. Now I think Atom is gonna go into the hundreds of dollars a cycle. So there's a great opportunity to make an 8 or 10x here. And so you should be looking at this type of project because it hasn't really broken out yet. And these are the ones that you have to look at. Majors that haven't broken out yet are going to and bound to break out. And that's why I'm telling you about these ones versus the ones that are already pumping. Because if I tell you the ones that are already pumped, there's a likelihood that they'll pull back. Wait for these ones and these guys could go higher. Another one like Link. Now Link's had a move, right? It's gone up a bit, but it's kind of been stagnant compared to all the other stuff that's out there. Now, Link is at $20. I think for here to go to a 5x will be easy. I think at least 5x on Link and probably more because it's a necessity for our whole entire industry. And it was only $5, so it's 4x. So some people might say that's a lot, but in reality, it's a stable point for the whole entire industry. So keep your eyes on that. Kadena, people were making fun of me when it was at 46 cents and saying, oh, coach, see, you're wrong because you had a buy zone higher. So I bought more lower as I dollar costed in. So people thought I was crazy to dollar cost in, but guess what? Now it's at $1.71. And the upside of Kadena is crazy. Just to get from here, and I did a video on this way back, I think in July last year. And I talked about it when it was about 50 cents. And I said, hey, for it to go halfway to its all-time high was a 10x. To go all the way to its all-time high is a 50x from that point. From even right now, if you bought in, you to all-time high could do a 15x. This is a great risk to reward. If it drops, you could buy at the level right below, but the point is that this is a great risk reward and it also hasn't moved that much. So we keep our eyes on this. Filecoin's another great example, and I'll show you something that is really alpha that most people don't understand. So you see these wicks over here in the past, those are important. But what I'm looking at more importantly is this is broken out of a key level that's been holding for literally since May of 2022. But there's no actual resistance between here and $26. So this could easily go up $10 per coin at very least just to get to this level right here. And it's not really a key level. It's just a small SR level. The real level is all the way up here in the $26 to $28 range. So a Filecoin could go way higher than that. Now remember, Filecoin when it launched went all the way up to about $500, $400. So just to go back to its level, not even all-time high, is 18x. There's a great opportunity here. I would not sleep on it. I'm going to show you guys how to plan and win. So I talked about Lena just the other day right here, posted on it on the 27th of February, right? Today is the 5th of March. I talked about this Kumo breakout retest. I've talked about this on the show before. Just give you guys a reminder of how this works. When we break out of the Kumo, when we have a candle break out of the cloud, we retest the cloud and we buy in. So as you see, I've moved this up. I've moved my stop into profit now because we've gone so far up so that we can't actually lose a winning trade, which is the most important thing we do in trading. But I kept it underneath my Kijinsen right here so that if it wicks down, that I wouldn't get wicked out of the trade. This is just something that you need to learn over time. So I moved up my stop. Now, here's the thing. Looking here, I've gone and said, all right, this is likely going to go to 1.56 cents. I'm waiting for this to retest and go a little bit higher, and then we'll probably hit that. I'm not going to close the entire trade, by the way. I'm going to close about 70% of it here, and I'm going to wait to see, does it go to this level right above, and can it go any higher than that? Because once you've already won in a trade, trade, you can't lose. So you can leave some of it to run if it's gonna go run more. Okay, so that's how we plan a trade. Our Kijinsen was above our Tenkan was above our Kijinsen way back here. Our Chiku span was bullish. We're above the cloud, we retested, Kumo breakout retest. Very easy trade to look at. You can see me call it right here, right before you could see anything happen. And that's the most important part. And the last one I'm gonna talk about today is Kopi. Kopi showed me on a video last week. They brought me on, they showed me their ecosystem, the game, the portals, basically every part and all the different alpha that they're working on because I'm one of their advisors. And I was blown away. The world's massive. Like each world's massive. There's so much detail. It's beautiful. It feels like you're looking at a Fortnite, like a better version of like a Fortnite type of world, but it doesn't do just Fortnite and killing and smashing and building. You can build, you have like education in there. There's a lot of stuff going on, and it's about to break out of a key level right here. I could see Kopi, its market cap right now is 63 mil. I could see it doing Alluvium. And if you guys know Alluvium, that's almost $1 billion market cap. So if it 10x from here, you could see that only at 600 mil. That's not a lot. I think Gunzilla, for example, will be in the multi-billions. So this is a gem. People will they're gonna blow your minds. And there's so much stuff I can't even tell you because I've been asked not to tell you as an advisor. I have to not tell you, but I can say this, that they have a lot coming for them. They're using AI in the game. They got cool NPC stuff. They got stuff that you would be really excited about. So keep your eyes on Kopi. I'm really bullish on them, not because I advised and helped them to where they are right now. I'm excited because what they built is actually freaking cool. And they have a lot more to come. In celebration of my meme coin video that's coming out tomorrow, I'm gonna give you guys a quick one to look at that I think right now is very important. And that is Spatial Computing CMPT. I've linked this coin to wallets that are holding a lot of Osaka, a lot of Quam, a lot of Ka, a lot of other large-scale meme coins like SHIB. And I look at liquidity, and as you see right down here, there's $3.52 million of liquidity for a $10.5 million market cap. That is extremely bullish. A 1-to-3 ratio is insane. If you look at any other meme coin, they'll be like 4 million to 200 million. So this is really, really bullish. Number two, they have their website coming out and their Medium article coming out. And I think that this one is not yet one to blow up. And it's one that could actually go to $200 to $300 in a shorter amount of time than even I think. I would watch for this one. I would wait for this one to get going, and I would make sure that you're patient and don't cheat this chart because it looks like one of those coins that could very quickly double or triple up in the next couple of days. So keep your eyes on this, follow the tweets, make sure you're following me on Twitter because obviously sometimes these videos come out after things start to move. So I'm telling you right now, make sure you're following Twitter. I'll be posting on there as well so that you guys can get into all the picks. All right, that's all for this video. Coming up next, we have a degenerate video where we're gonna show you all the degen picks that Coach has been talking about, not just Osaka, but some new ones as well. And then after, we're gonna be doing a how do you maximize your altcoin picks so that you leave this cycle with the most amount of capital. See you guys next time.